This video will cover all of the settings in Toast's backend that you can adjust to ensure the Toast Table's host app is working best for your restaurant. You'll learn about general setup, including things like your restaurant profile, integrations with other Toast modules, creating and customizing service periods, dining areas, adjusting table capacity, creating combo tables, and managing turn times. We'll then go over guest communication through SMS messaging and learn how to create templates for these messages. Next, we'll cover your waitlist settings, including the wait time estimator and online waitlist. Finally, we'll learn about the reservation settings that allow you to adjust flow control, reservations increments, and more. To access these settings, log in to ToastWeb and navigate on the left rail menu to Front of House, Toast Tables, Waitlist, and Reservations. The first section in General Setup will be your restaurant profile, including your restaurant name, contact information, and description. This info is pulled from your POS settings in ToastWeb, but you can adjust anything here specifically for Toast Tables. On the bottom of this page, you can upload a cover photo for your online waitlist and reservations pages. Toast integrations will include toggles for other Toast features that can be used with Toast Tables, such as your loyalty program or Toast Mobile Order and Pay. In the Service Period section, you can customize the hours in which you want to configure available times to take reservations or allow the online waitlist to be joined. You can create a new service period by selecting Create Service Period and inputting the booking availability for each day. Each service period can have its own set of rules. For example, you might only do reservations for dinner, but let people join a waitlist for weekend brunch. You would want to create a separate service period for each of those. Here are all of the things you can customize by service period: online waitlist and reservation availability, table and dining area availability, turn times, reservation flow control, reservation increments, and table combinations. You can also edit availability for existing service periods using this pencil icon. Dining areas. Organize your restaurant's service areas that are configured in the POS into sections for guests and for hosts to use in the host app. This is how guests will see available slots and choose where they want to make reservations. On this page, you can create and edit your dining areas to include one or more of your existing service areas. For example, a dining area named Outdoor can include all of your patio service areas. You can see a preview at the top of how this will look to guests and in the host app. These dining areas can be rearranged on this page by clicking and dragging the 6-dot icon on the left. Please note that the order of these dining areas will impact the order that reservations will be filled up, unless a dining area is specified by you or a guest when booking, or if restricted in other settings. Your table capacity settings will allow you to manage table by table how many guests can be seated. Select the dining areas at the top to find each table within. To accommodate larger parties, you can create combo tables in this section if you know in advance tables that are often pushed together or booked together for larger groups. When creating a combo table, you can select table numbers from the list under your dining areas and configure the minimum and maximum party size that can be booked, as well as which service periods this combo will be available for. This page is where you'll manage turn times. These will correlate with the time displayed on the progress bar on each table in the host app when seating a party. The times configured here will also affect the length of a reservation when booked. For example, if you set the turn time as 120 minutes for over 5 people and 60 minutes for 3 people, A reservation for a 6-top will be 120 minutes long, and a 3-top will be 60. Average turn times can be set based on service period and party size. Under each service period, input the turn time in minutes for each party size. You can set different turn times for each service period, such as quicker turn times for brunch versus dinner. When setting these, you can copy turn times from other service periods to speed up this process. The Guest Communications section is where you'll configure the settings that affect SMS messaging and emails that are sent to your guests when they're being added to the waitlist or booking a reservation. On the SMS page, you can enable two-way SMS messaging that will allow your hosts to view and reply to text messages from guests directly in the app. All other SMS and email messaging is automated through the templates on these pages. The Waitlist section will include all settings that will impact the waitlist functionality of the host app. Let's start with the wait time estimator. The wait time your guests will be given when they're added to the waitlist is determined through the following calculation. Average turn time divided by the amount of bookable tables times the amount of parties on the waitlist plus any buffer you set. This is how the estimated wait time will be created and shown to the guest if you choose, but the estimated wait time does not need to be shown to the guest. If you'd like guests to be able to add themselves to the waitlist online through your online waitlist link, you can enable this access here. This page will also include the link to your online waitlist, as well as a preview of what this page will look like to your guests. You also have the option to customize if the online waitlist is disabled after your wait time exceeds a certain amount, as well as minimum and maximum party sizes that are able to add themselves to the waitlist online. Below, you can give guests the option to choose a dining area on the online waitlist, as well as show the guest the estimated wait time. This page is also where you'll be able to add a waitlist option to your restaurant's Google My Business profile. The online waitlist inventory settings allow you to customize which dining areas will be available for guests to select when they add themselves to the waitlist. This can be configured for each of your service periods. Let's now go through all of the settings for the reservations functionality of Toast Tables. Flow control is a useful tool for managing the amount of guests or covers that can be booked within 15-minute intervals. For each service period, enter that maximum number of guests that can be booked every 15 minutes. Reservation increments allow you to control the amount of time between available slots when creating reservations. For example, you could have reservation availability displayed in 30-minute increments or in hour increments. Here, you can input your restaurant's reservation policy, which will display when your guests are booking reservations, as well as when they receive their confirmation text. The Online Access section will be where you enable your online reservations page. Here, you can copy the link to add to your website, or preview how the site will look to your guests when they're booking. The controls below the link will allow you to adjust how many days in the future guests are able to make reservations, the latest time frame a guest is able to make a reservation in advance. Below that, you can configure the minimum and maximum party size that is able to join online. This page is also where you'll be able to enable or disable the Reserve a Table action on your Google My Business profile. The online reservation inventory settings allow you to customize the percentage of tables that are available online for each dining area. This can be configured for each of your service periods. Special dates can be used if you'd like to create new settings for specific dates that override your restaurant's regular settings. For example, if your restaurant is open on New Year's, but you'd like to adjust your hours and dining areas only for that day, you can create a special date. Under the Special Dates tab, select Add Special Date, and then enter the information about this date. Any settings you adjust while this special date is selected will only impact the settings for that date. If you'd like to make edits to any special dates you've already configured, select this icon next to the date under the Special Dates tab.